Alright, welcome everyone to Zenith Online Racing. My name is Costco and we are in Spain tonight bringing you some pre-season racing for Tier 2. Good stuff doesn't come until next week, but we're excited to bring you some racing nonetheless. I've got my fellow T3 brethren here, Spidey on the mic tonight as well.
Hey, Costco. Glad to be here. It looks like it's going to be a good race. I'm excited.
First one of the season, so no way to tell.
Well, I'm always
Don't
optimistic,
don't
so.
don't don't make promises you can't keep here. All right, about half the grid on the outlap. No point in waiting. And hopefully the audio is coming through all right and that we don't have to fidget with it too much here. Finally get a couple drivers here starting their hot laps. There's a boatload of new drivers in this tier. I was looking at it before we started streaming. I think half the teams are brand new here. It was like 4 out of the top 5 from last season. 6 or 7 out of the top 10 are all gone, either moved up to tier 1 or what have you. So there is a bunch of new blood here in tier 2. I believe it'll be Team B7 around first. We'll see here. Puff, that means a lot coming from you, sounding fine. Glad we don't have to tinker with it. Oh, I was right. Team B7 wasn't first for long. Sam right behind him with the 117. So we are up and running here. The Haas is having a team meeting at an interesting point.
A 118 on the board.
I think that's in. Let's see. Oh, Gunner, he's reserving.
Yeah. Oh, B7's off track.
Having himself a little moment here. Luckily, it's preseason here, just like whose line is it anyways? Everything's made up and the points don't matter. So we'll see probably everyone pushing these hot laps as fast as they can go. Throw caution to the wind here. So now the Haas's have made it around for their outlap. Maybe discussing who gets to tow who here. Well, high tower. Around a little bit. Is that what, around turn 5? I think that's the slow one. Ooh. Bobby getting a little bit close there. Just wanted to check on his buddy.
Yeah.
See, make sure the McLaren, right. Yeah, make sure the McLaren's doing all right. So Slasher also coming in hot here. The 117.8 up into second.
Looks like B7 probably spun and then pit.
Yeah, hitting the reset there a little bit.
the Aston's finally out.
Oh yeah, Ryan taking his time. Zag also diving into the pits, so we don't have anyone new just yet. So one of the Haas's did come in, other one must have invalidated, so maybe the tow strategy wasn't working out quite as they planned. And Power Asylum there, the Red Bulls. Provisional 1-2. Oh, well.
Oh, gunner's off, yep.
Gunner in a little moment. They don't think he got in the way. Not sure if Slasher's on his hot lap here.
No, he's charging up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 8%. That that's not gonna get it done. Spidey with the eagle eye there.
Yes, sir. Gotta keep an eye out.
My problem is I'm looking at everything all at once here, which ends up not helping anybody.
You know what though? You have more to worry about though, so.
True. Thank you. So we have Ace Edge. I guess it's his turn now. Although he was the one that set the time. Yeah, that makes sense. I was gonna say he's already set his time.
Well, if they were going for a tow, that was probably a miscommunication.
Yeah, not sure what happened there, but that's what this race is for. Big Paddock needs to sort it out. Ryan coming around with a 17.8 up into 4th place here. Go on board here with Sam. He's down just a little bit. Hopefully he doesn't run into too much traffic here. And he does improve. So the two Red Bulls going at each other here early. Sam with the 17.552 up into 1st. Alright, is Zyg starting his hot lap here? We'll go on board to get a good look here at the circuit in Spain. Oh, a quick look here. Zyg hits the no-no curb around turn 2 there. Sent spinning around.
Oh wow, great lap. I was gonna say great lap by Gunner, but Denmark looks like he pipped him.
Yep. So that's 2 new faces here on 1 and 2. Gunner, the reserve, making an early message here in preseason.
Oops, looks like Soy had a little bit of a moment outside. Ooh,
yeah.
Okay. Well, thankfully it's just his out lap, so.
Perfect. Bobby improves on his time, moves up into 2nd. Looks like one of the Haas's It's a little trouble going into the pit there. So Brian on the mediums here. See if he can improve a bit. There he does, up into 9th. We'll see if he sticks with the medium strategy or has a go at it on the softs here. Ooh, and Asylum parked in a no parking zone, but gets it around here.
Luckily he ghosted because a couple of people came into the pits right then, yeah.
Yeah, that could have been bad.
Oh, he loses it again, yeah.
Ooh, Asylum pushing a bit much on the mediums. Just probably not getting as much grip as he was expecting there. So don't have too many drivers out here. Most likely go on board here with Ryan as he starts his hot lap. So now we'll see if we can give you a good look here at the circuit in Barcelona. Hopefully it doesn't run into traffic there with Gunnar coming out of the pits. Into the flat out turn 3. Small uphill climb around turn 4 here. Coming up on the trickiest part of the track, at least for me, this nightmare turn 7 and 8. Don't even think of looking at that curb. Also easy to throw yourself into this wall coming up there before the DRS zone. So I'd say that's the trickiest part of the track by far. Ooh, and swings a bit wide there at the end.
Asylum's on his hot lap 2 on the mediums. Going pretty well so far, actually, into Sector 3.
Go on board with him. Looks like he's worked out all the kinks from the first lap. Almost equal to his time, but sending a message on the mediums. So we have the Haas's now on their outlap. I love it, some early teamwork here in the preseason. Don't tell them it's just practice. They're ready for the real thing. As Zeig moves up a whole bunch of spots up into 4th. He'll be happy with that one. Gunnar improving as well, just overtaking Bobby there. Romero off, not sure if Sutton was on his hot lap when things went wrong there.
Looks like Denmark's doing a fast lap too.
the power down beautifully there, keeps it steady. So far so good here. Runs into a bit of traffic there from Brian. Luckily ghosting is on. But the current P1 driver looking good so far in qualifying. Little issues there with the throttle. He's up a bit there, but still holding on to the strongest lap so far. We have Soy off into the grass. Sam looking to start his second hot lap around.
Yep, this time with the softs.
We have the Haas is coming back around.
Ooh.
Shaky moment there. Zeig also out. Not sure if he just retired in the pits to get an early start in the race. But Sam having a moment. So Bobby at the moment would be Denmark's biggest competition here. See if he can unseat him for first. Oof. That will shake the confidence right before the race on the final lap, but Bobby will stay at third as he watches Lunar going off in the same spot. We talked about it. That stretch of the track is daunting here. So we'll see if Ryan's slightly down on his time, but not much. And we have a grid penalty here. Our preseason is showing. Ryan going into the pits, getting ready for the race.
Oh, little general stuck. Yep, there we go. Interestingly enough, though, the collision was between the two teammates. Not sure what happened there.
Oh, the Haas, the towing strategy. They've got a lot of kicks to work out there here.
Yep, luckily, like we said, practice race, so maybe they were giving something a go.
We'll see. Mark that one down in the notes. We'll see if they stick with that for race one.
Yep, definitely.
But we do have, there we go, our qualifying finished. Denmark in the Williams, P1. Gunner reserving right now, but looks like it won't be for long. Up in P2 here. Bobby and Soy in the row right behind them. Zeig and the two Red Bulls at 5, 6, and 7. So we have a couple drivers on the mediums here to start.
Yeah, I definitely think the, especially Asylum and Slasher, their medium strategies will be interesting to watch.
Yeah, I feel like you can go a couple different ways on this track with tire strategy. We most likely are going to see all three used a whole bunch. Alright, Slasher wants a prediction. I don't know if he's fishing for himself, though. He's campaigning for himself right now, but let's see. Let the grid come back up here in a second before I commit to anything too crazy.
Manuel says Asylum, which I think is a pretty fair prediction.
Yeah,
Setting a good lap on the mediums, yeah.
I'd say either of those Red Bulls definitely a safe and smart pick. Like I was saying, with a lot of the drivers not returning, they definitely have to be considered at least one of the front runners, that Red Bull team. Zeig as well has a bunch of pace in the Ferrari. The two McLarens. Oh, I do want to say, as a commentator, I thank the McLarens, Hightower and Soy. They are the only team both returning the same drivers for the same car. Keeps it super simple, super easy to remember. Everyone else has done either brand new drivers or a bunch of switching of teams here.
Yeah, definitely gonna be an interesting season. Entertaining to watch all these new drivers.
Yeah, and a couple of them they were reserving, I think, the second half of the season for this tier last season, and they were putting in some really good results. Shelley, Jesper, they might have had full time seats by the end, but I think they were moving around a bunch. But there's a lot of contenders here.
For sure, yeah.
All right, looks like we are almost underway here now. All right, so Denmark, Gunnar, and Bobby starting 1, 2, 3 right there. I'm gonna go with Zeig in the Ferrari.
Ooh, I mean,
Grim on the hards, he could be a problem for people. If there's not an excessive amount of safety cars, if he's trying to pull off the one stop here, Grim's got some pace. So there's my sleeper pick.
ooh, I really want to root for Asylum. If he can make that medium strategy work, then it's gonna be interesting for sure. But yeah, I also feel like the safer bet is Denmark. He had great pace.
I was gonna say, yeah, none of us were showing any love to the guys who qualified on top here.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Denmark. He's my safe pick.
All right, so I'm gonna do Zeig, Asylum, and Denmark in third. That'll be my three there. As we see them grid finally getting around here. It looks like the Haas's will still be towing each other to start the race.
Uh,
Puff saying Bobby in third, and I'd say that might come back to bite us. I was showing no love to Gunnar and Bobby here. So they might have something to say as the lights are going here. Hit the lights. We are racing here in Spain. Already a shoddy broadcast view there from Cody's. Denmark racing off. Oh, you do have Soy and Asylum battling real close to each other right there. Zyg right behind him. Oh, but he does go off. Zyg and Grim.
Amazing start from Ace though in the Haas. He's up 6 positions.
Yeah. So Zyg and Asylum, and I believe it was Soy and the McLaren all next to each other on that first and second turn. Not sure what exactly sent Zyg off. The two Red Bulls here want to play nice early on here. It's just preseason, your teammates, boys, but they do have a little moment. And now Ryan's gone round. But Denmark, as cool as you like. Great start in first. Asylum with an early 3-second penalty there. Not sure what happened. So we've Slasher touching the curb there around turn 2. See if he can get back on safely, but is going to lose some spots. Luckily, still ghosting. So Denmark now really separating from the pack as the VSC is out. Let's see if either of these have damage to them. Yep, that is no wing there for Team B7. So we'll see him dive into the pits as the VSC has ended. We are green flag racing again here.
Yeah, luckily Ryan pit during the VSC, so he's on a new set of mediums.
Ooh! Bobby into the wall. Will that be a safety car right there or no? Looks like he might be getting in around. But into the wall around that final turn. They're putting something special into that Alpine car. I'm not sure how he didn't DNF.
I think we should chalk it up to skill.
Fair enough. The calm under the pressure and the chaos.
Yeah.
I'd be out, that's for sure. So it looks like Lunar has also had a moment. Yeah. Looking to get things going again. Yeah, that turn 7, 8, 9 is going to get a lot of drivers. I know I keep harking on it, but it is daunting.
Yeah, I honestly think, for me at least, definitely the worst corners of the track.
So we've got a good battle in the top 3 shaping up here, all in DRS. Asylum leading the medium tire brigade here in 4th.
Zyg moves up a position with a beautiful overtake. Oh, and he loses it. Oh no.
Ooh, the commentator's curse there. So we do have a long way to go. Some of these predictions not looking so hot early on here, a couple laps in. Ooh, Zyg around again, trying to get it going. Tires still a bit too hot. That's always the most frustrating part after a spin. You just want to get going, get back on the track, and the tires are having none of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Sliding down General's neck here. He should, if off to a good exit, should get it done with DRS before turn 1, if all goes well, as we see him coming into wanting to come to the inside. General having none of it, so Slasher bounces to the outside now. General giving him something to think about. They both had to ride that curb probably more than they would have liked, but Slasher gets it done. And his AlphaTauri teammate now also looking to make a move here. Just inspecting the back wing of Sam in the Red Bull.
Ooh, a 10-second penalty for Ace.
Jeez, yeah, not sure if he went round there. I haven't seen a 10-second.
He might have. Oh, and
but
he DNF.
has retired in, I believe, in the pits. It looks like. So even in qualifying, that pit entry, given some issues. Oh, as we saw Sam, I don't know if it was the pressure of Brian right behind him, but goes round there on the DRS straight. So Brian up into 5th by default there. Gunner's been hovering in DRS range. It's gonna see if he can make a move here on Denmark, but it looks like that's gonna take a lot of work here with the way Denmark is racing tonight.
Yeah, definitely a lot of skill from Denmark. I mean, great ERS management is probably the reason that Gunnar hasn't overtaken him yet.
Yeah, looks like Gunnar does have his work cut out for him. Asylum's gonna look to see if he can make things happen here. The back half of the grid really spread out now. A lot of drivers each having a moment here early on, just trying to get into a rhythm. Denmark will hit the pits. Soft's not lasting too long around this track.
Soy Loco pitting as well.
Gunner having another go around, so we'll see where he'll come out at the end of that stint. And Grid quietly up to 6th now on those hards. He's hoping for no more safety cars, no VSCs. He's just chugging along here, happily climbing up the standings. Slasher currently saving us from the dreaded spot of no one being in DRS range of each other. Although, as I say that,
pitting.
Asylum... Oh, that's because he was pitted.
That brings Asylum into first.
Asylum, the new race leader here on the mediums. He'll have Brian and Sutton following behind on that same strategy. We'll see where the soft tires all come out. It's now Soy right back on. Oh, there was room on the inside. It looks like he is going to get it down there on Gunner. Fresh out the pits, they start battling.
Slasher fighting Grim as well now with DRS. Probably won't be able to make a move this turn, but maybe down the main straight.
Yeah, possibly Grim might not fight that too much. Knowing he doesn't want to spend these tires early.
Definitely, yeah.
Asylum setting the fastest lap for good measure with B7. I believe he did go off because there is a safety car. I missed. Where did B7 go off? As you see him in the back, just probably getting on the throttle a bit too much before that DRS straight there. From turn 9 to turn 10. Sends himself into the wall, and we have the first safety car of the Tier 2 season.
Sam and Zyke pit. Sam putting on the mediums. Zyke.
Yeah, I imagined.
Hards, interesting.
So he'll look to take that. Yeah, it might be a bit too far to take the mediums this long. Possibly. There's many a smarter and better driver than myself, so they might be able to get it done. But the medium tires might be screaming there towards the end. And I imagine Hightower will want to get off the softs once he gets around.
Hightower goes into the pits along with Asylum.
Alright, so Asylum taking the pit stop under the safety car, flipping onto the hards. He'll look to go to the end there too. It's interesting now, we've got some drivers thinking they can take the mediums to the end, some taking the hard. I don't think they both can be right.
Yeah, they definitely can. It's a lot of laps to go.
They're conceding and switching over to the 2-stop. Oh, as Grim, does abandon the hards there. It's tough to stick with it once you see the safety cars start rolling in. There's many tracks, the 1-stop, as you practice during the week, just seems so tempting. It makes so much sense. And then chaos reigns in once the race starts.
So currently Zyke, the only one on the hard still.
Okay, so him and Asylum. May go around one more time here. The back of the pack still quite spread out. Yeah, Puff really jinxing everyone. We'll see if he can accomplish the full podium DNF here with his predictions. Looks like Bobby also having enough and retires in the pits. It is only preseason, so he may have things to do, may have seen enough, may have accomplished what he wanted in these 11 laps. But the 2 Alpines have retired along with Ace Edge. We've got 14 drivers left here. Safety car should be coming back in this lap.
Yeah, looks like Lunar Jedi needs to catch up. He's the last one.
So we have Sutton and the Alphas. And the top three right now will get us underway here shortly. As there you see it, safety car is in this lap. Time for Brian to back up the pack here, and we'll be away and racing here shortly. Ooh, so we have a 5-second penalty here. Slasher and Jen will coming together under the safety car. You see that happen a good amount around the final 2 turns once that safety car is coming in. And Brian jetting off, getting us racing again. Sutton and Slasher don't look to be fooled. They're sticking right behind him here going into turn 1. Slasher as close as you like here.
Ryan has a bit of a moment out of the last turn. He might have lost a bit of front wing.
Ooh, did not have those tires up to speed possibly, as we have Jenna and the Haas going out wide around that full out turn 3, which Slasher now on the inside. Sutton not wanting to give up anything. The 2 Tier 3 racers from last season both looking to prove themselves early here, as they're still side by side in a very risky moment there, as we do have General and the Haas goes around. The camera a bit more zoomed in for my liking, but we did catch that Haas going around there in turn 7, as Slasher and Sutton were battling out but have a little bit more space now.
Ryan and the Aston definitely struggling with a bit of the front wing missing, probably trying to make his way back to the pits to get a new one.
Well, it's always a long, long lap around when that happens right at the beginning of the restart. See if Soy wants to poke his head out, possibly just waiting for DRS to kick in next lap.
Oh my gosh, and the game just keeps rubbing salt on Ryan's wounds with the 10-second penalty.
The lap
for
from hell.
Yep. Up,
Yep.
Any DNFs, yep.
Ryan says he's had enough. He's setting his eyes on Mexico for next week.
I think he's gonna write a strongly worded letter to, to Codemasters.
Yeah. Tough restart there. His teammate Lunar, though, asking questions of Zyg right now. Wants to get around Zyg on those hard tires. Don't want to be stuck behind him too long. And you see Asylum poking his head out as well as Soy. Oh no, it's Sutton. Sutton went round. Was, I believe, in 2nd or 3rd at the time. But you see how close the grid is, dropping all the way to 12th.
Oh, Denmark and Grim might have had a bit of contact.
Yeah, they're a bit too close for comfort there, and they're going to continue that. Denmark jetting to the outside around turn 1. Ooh, and it looked like Grim came real close into the back. So we've Gunnar and Denmark sitting at 4 and 5. They've been having a solid race. They were the front 2 on their softs, so they've been climbing their way back up. So I say that Grim does get around. So does Sam as well. Looks like Denmark may have compromised himself trying to defend Grim as they both get around.
And while Zyg, Lunar, and Asylum have been battling it out, Hightower's joined the fray now. He's within DRS as well as they go down onto the main straight.
A little bit of a train here now forming in the back. Is Gunner forcing Soy out wide, so it looks like Soy's going to try to jump to the other side here.
Lunar Jedi makes a move on Zyg as well and sticks it.
Yeah, this safety car restart creating all sorts of battles here.
Ooh, Asylum. Side by side with Zyg.
It does get it in, and you see Hightower in the McLaren behind him, goes into the wall, but I think he's still chugging along there. Zyg sticking right behind Asylum. But Asylum jumps up to the inside of Lunar Jedi there around turn 10.
Unfortunately, now this puts Asylum at risk because going down the DRS straight, he's not going to have any.
Yeah, you do all that battling, the whole lap to get through, and then you may have to concede it almost immediately, as we have Gunner splitting up the two AlphaTauris now, jumping up into second, getting by Slasher there around the first turn. Asylum holding his own on the hards right now. So it's Denmark right behind the Red Bull of Sam here. So Brian goes into the pits, had an incredible restart, incredible couple laps there after the safety car restart, was well ahead of the pack in first. As we see Sam not quite able to catch up to Grim in time there. As we have Gunner went around.
That's
a couple
unfortunate.
people did. Soy as well. Not sure if they came together behind the battle I was watching. But Gunner and Soy both off.
Denmark's slowly breathing down Sam's neck.
Yeah, everyone pushing it here since that restart.
Lockups from Denmark and Sam as they try to outbreak each other.
They're pushing the cars to their absolute limit here. And Asylum on the hards, also in the back of that pack, probably just happy to ride the DRS train for as long as they will take him, as he's on the hard tires there. So Grim swings out to the outside to keep as much speed as he can here. And Sam, yeah, not able to get close enough. Grim having some great exits here in those DRS zones. Slasher well out and ahead. So the two AlphaTauris looking strong so far. We'll see them surely climb back up once Slasher has pitted as well. As now Sam does inch closer. Grim takes the inside this time around, but plants himself a little bit in the middle there towards the end. Sam cannot get around. It's always hard to overtake when you have someone else breathing right down your back. You never want to compromise too much trying to get a move done.
Speaking of trying to get a move down, Gunnar really breathing on Zyg, but Zyg's unrelenting.
Zyg cuts him off there. Cleanly, I mean, but holding him off. And Asylum gets it done on Denmark. So the two Red Bulls have moved up into 3 and 4 here. But as I say that, Denmark having none of it. And flips the script right back into 4th. Looks like Denmark ghosting a little bit there. Not sure what's going on as he...
Ooh, Asylum loses it.
Dives into the pits. Oh. Well, if you're going to lose it, at least that's the spot. Goes right in as Brian picks up a 3-second time penalty. Was having a great race up until that point. So that will make things a bit more interesting for him.
So Slasher comes out with a new set of hards.
Yeah, so the two AlphaTauris in 8 and 9, they're definitely going to have a lot to say before this thing is done. 3-second penalty, a small stain, but you'll see most likely usually a lot of other drivers start to pick them up at the end. But so far, pretty clean driving from everyone here in Spain. Looks like Zyg does get around Gunnar there up into 4th.
Gunnar takes it back down the main straight with DRS.
Oh, and Slasher also picks up a 3-second time penalty. Oh, the Alphas were looking real strong there at 8 and 9.
Denmark makes a move as well on Slasher.
Yeah, those hard tires just doing him in. So Zyg's got to like where he's sitting, as I imagine surely these medium top 4 will pit again. I'm sure one or two of them might be looking to prove me wrong here. Sam as close as he's been yet to Grim here.
Denmark sets a quite a
On
fast lap actually on his mediums.
Those fresh mediums treating him well here.
Lunar Jedi picks up a 3-second penalty.
Ooh, yep. The presence of Gunner was just throwing him off a bit there. Yeah, that was a big issue I had once I flipped on the rear view mirror setting. I was spending a bit too much time watching everybody try to overtake me. Not enough on the road in front of me.
Yeah, it's definitely... Ooh! Oh, both
As
of them
close
going to
as
the
you
pit.
like. Neither wanting to give up position there. Taking that battle as far as it will go.
Sam closing in on Grim out front.
Yeah, Sam has just been hovering in DRS zone, but Grim really feeling it on this track. Must have just been getting some great exits here. Sam's not been able to get around him.
Interestingly, Lunar Jedi pit onto the softs.
Yeah, around 10 laps, fresh softs.
I mean, if he can keep the pace going, that's a great tire choice.
Yeah, I believe we saw at least a driver or two go about 7-8 laps to start the race, if I'm not mistaken, but it could be tight there at the end. Oh, as Zyg picks up the penalty, was climbing up nicely there on the hard tires, but that is going to throw a wrench into the works here now. I can't say enough about Grim's race so far. It is very hard to hold someone off who's just been in DRS for that long.
Yeah, phenomenal racing.
Yep, so granted, just preseason, but it does look like a lot of those same teams from last season, all the returning teams, making a statement here. The Ferraris, the Red Bulls, the McLarens, definitely be chomping at the bit with all the points available to pick up now with the new drivers. Ooh, and right as I click on Soy, he picks up penalty for track limits as well. And the way Grim's racing, it's basically like 300 seconds is the DRS zone when things start getting interesting. It's not a second because Sam's been sitting in it, can't catch up there. So we'll see if a couple other battles, we'll see if Lunars and the Soft can start making things happen here. So we have Soy coming up on his teammate Hightower. Both, I imagine, will have to pit here shortly. I really don't know if ooh, as Denmark has gone around in the gravel.
Hightower pits, so probably Soy will go in next lap.
Yeah, I imagine it had to have been coming soon there.
Yeah, interesting though, because Soy has older tires on.
Yeah, you think he would get the first call there? And now Sam as close as he's ever been here. But the way they've been pushing, I can't imagine they're going to the end. That's still a ways to go when you're on that old of medium tires. So we have a little battle here between Lunar Asylum and Gunner up leading that train.
Oh, Asylum
Ooh,
looks like
yeah.
he probably lost it. Might have lost a bit of front wing, maybe?
Trying to see if he's picked up damage here. Yep, that'll do it. As he will have a go around into the pits here. And now Sam almost gets it done. Grimm's still showing he's got what it takes here in Spain. Now Soy, the other McLaren, goes into the pits. Ooh, and without the front wing, Asylum gets the speeding in the pit lane. Alright, we'll see as they do this dance again. Grimm trying to break that toe here. I mean, imagine at this point they're gonna take it all the way to the end.
Yeah, I mean, they have a pretty soft cushion with Zyg 9 seconds behind them, with the penalty as well, so...
The way they've been pushing each other, though. I wonder how much extra wear that's been. Grimm won't appreciate Sam here, running those tires down. But yeah, they do have a good over 9 second window there. Not sure how that is a broadcast camera view there. As now Sam comes roaring up to Grimm, dashes the inside around the first turn, rides the curb there. Can he hold off Grimm? He does finally get it done going around turn 3. That was a 5-6 laps in the making, but Grimm will look to take it right back here. As these two have found their tire of preference, have just been crushing it on the mediums here.
Gunner and Lunar Jedi catching up to Slasher as well. Slasher picks up a penalty trying to defend.
Lunar has a little bit of a peak, thinks against it there. But I imagine he'll get a move done here with these last couple laps with that massive tire advantage. So we'll see with DRS how close can he get there. Cutting the gap a little bit. Now Grim just gets almost close enough to jump on the inside there, but has to pull out a tad as this dance will go on. What is this, round 10, 11 between these two here?
I mean, he has 2 laps to get it done, so it's going to be interesting racing.
This Lunar does jump in front of Slasher there on the softs. We'll look to hunt down Denmark. See what the penalties. So Slasher with 6. Everyone ahead of him does have 3 there.
Oh, Denmark picks up a penalty.
Oof. Yep, so now Lunar knows he's got another spot he'll be jumping up into. If he can just keep it going on those soft tires. And the penultimate lap starting. Grim trying to cut down the gap here. It doesn't look like he will get close enough. It's Sam's turn to impress out in front here. Not sure if there's a little gamemanship there. The Red Bull teammates, Backmark or Ghost, just hanging around Grim a bit, just keeping things interesting. I don't think I've seen someone defend when you can't even touch them, but...
Well, it's all about the mentality of it.
Yeah,
If Sam thinks he has to defend.
the spirit of Asylum just willing Sam forward here. Grim thinks he's seeing double. Sam and Grim on 22 and 21 lap old mediums here. About to start the final lap. Will Grim get close enough? Coming up on the back of Sam now. Has a look on the inside. Gets to the inside. Moves. Sam has to take, a little outside of a path. And then comes together. Oh, all of that building up for that final lap. But the battle is over now. Not sure if
Sam ends up in 4th, so...
Not sure if Sam ran into the back of Grim there trying to make up, but is sent around. It'll be Grim on the 22 lap old mediums.
I'm honestly not sure how Brian snuck up on Zyke, but he's in second now, so
Yep, and Sam just hovering as close as you can within that 3 seconds behind Zeig there for the podium, but he falls out now as he's battling with Denmark. Oh, a tough finish to that race there.
oh, and he spins again.
Ooh. A rough go there on the final lap. He'll be glad that it was voted out. It's only a preseason race, but Spain without the S strikes again here. As Grimm takes the race win, an impressive showing there on those medium tires. Brian's got a new driver, I believe. He might have reserved last season. In the Alpha, taking second. The Ferrari teammate Zeig in third. I honestly don't remember my podium. I think I said at least one of them.
What did the McLarens do?
We'll go with that. Having a little dance there. But we finish up there. That was Tier 2 preseason in Spain, which means it's the real deal next week in Mexico. I don't think I'm the only one. Not a lot of people looking forward to it.
I'm not looking forward to it, but we'll see how it goes.
It will bring a bunch of excitement there as you see Grimm with the driver of the day. No surprise there on those the hard to the mediums. But yeah, Mexico proves very challenging driving wise. But they still should be a couple great races for you. As we see the final leaderboard there, Grimm, Brian, and Zeig is your preseason podium here. So the Ferraris sending that early message. We were noting those returning teams. They're one of them. Definitely a championship contender, both drivers and constructors for the two of them. We should see a lot of podium finishes for those two going forward.
Yeah, definitely. Denmark performed quite well as well, ending fifth. Lunar Jedi started, 17th without a lap?
Yeah, Lunar was up at fifth. That he was. He had a great race there. That might be my sleeper team for Tier 2 this season. Those Aston Martins. Ryan has a whole lot of pace. Lunar with a great race in there. I know he had a pretty solid eval race as well. So the Aston Martins I'm putting down as my dark horse. Not sure if we do interviews for preseason, or if we. Some of the drivers are probably off practice in Mexico already.
So sweaty.
So sweaty. So and that's probably where the early retirees went there. Had enough of Spain. On to the real thing. So I'll see real quick. It's preseason. We'll cut it short. Let everybody get on with their night here. But that is the final preseason race for Tier 2. Tier 3 tomorrow. You and me, we'll see everybody there. We'll be behind the wheel. But Tier 2 for next week, the real thing, next Wednesday in Mexico. And so that will do it here. Spidey, got anything to add?
Great racing from everyone, honestly. That was enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, a lot of battles after that safety car restart. So a couple people sticking close together for the rest of that race. So we will look forward to a lot more tight racing there. I'm Costco with Spidey here. We are signing off for Zenith Online Racing.